It's a wonderfully chilly Saturday morning, afternoon. I think it's after lunch. Anyways, that's the first part that's actually got color on it. It's subtle, but that's what I'm going with. So the combination of aluminum flat, this is a gloss, what do they call this color? I liked it. Duplicolor engine, Pontiac Blue Metallic. Seems appropriate. And we're going with a low gloss black. I think that's going to really pop when I get it next to the aluminum color. Today is a day where I'm cleaning and prepping. I've been making some gaskets now. Oil pump gasket I built. I built one for my EGR cap. I did one, I don't know, a few others. But I'm getting colors kind of thrown out now, and these parts have been prepped and cleaned, so they're going to get touched up and ready and then wrapped and put away. On my parts shelf, it looks chaotic, because it probably is. I've been picking through stuff that I needed. As I finish something, it gets wrapped after it's painted and put away. Like valve covers, for example, alternator, distributor, air cleaner, intake manifold, oil pan, air cleaner lid. And as I work through them, there's my oil pump here now. There's the timing gear on the crank side. After it, an alternator bracket in there, manifold. Anyways, you get the idea. As I'm finishing parts and pieces, they're getting wrapped and put away. So I think it's going to be kind of like Christmas feel when I start putting it all back together, if ever. I also did get some updates from the machine shop. If I didn't yet talk about it, machine shop said the engine block I sent in was actually cleaned up really good. They were happy with it. They like it. No cracks, no nothing they could find. So that means low miles engine block is a go, which is fantastic. I hoped so. The head from low mile has cracks in it. Okay. The head from burnout has cracks in it. Oh, okay. So I sent in the third head, which was from Swamp Thing. Guess what? Lots of cracks in it. So at least it's consistent. So that's a good thing. My good buddy, who's actually accompanying me on this journey, said, Rob, I know you need this. I'm going to send you a cylinder head. So he's got one in the mail heading my direction. How cool is that, man? People in the car community, dude. Such nice people. Always just trying to help each other, man. That's how life should be. It's wonderful. So as soon as that cylinder head arrives, I'm going to send that one to the shop as well. They can give it a once over, make sure everything's good to go. Maybe they'll hot tank it and send it back. Whatever they got to do. That way I know for sure everything I'm putting together is going to be 100%. So I'm just kind of filling my time right now with prep work, because when the parts come back, I need to be able to start assembling. As soon as these pieces and parts are painted up and ready to rock, huge cleanup again. And then I have to start staging the car, because then it's going to be time to work on that. Got to do some little bit of everything. But here we go. I think the last thing you saw me working on was those head bolts. Funny story, maybe. Shortly after I stopped the video, there's the grinder there. That sucker started smoking like crazy. So immediately shut it off and cleaned it out. I ended up adjusting the wire wheel. I didn't notice it was catching some of the screws that are related to holding the shroud together. So I added like a washer as a spacer, and whatever, it's fine. Let it cool off, and it works again, so yeah, it'll die another day. So all the head bolts are painted, washers for it, all the hardware that attaches to the cam carrier, which is the very top of the engine. These are the brackets that land on the top of the engine, on that cam carrier as well. And then we got these parts that I painted up earlier, which are probably dry enough. Tomorrow I can wrap them. Plastic wrap, whatever. So we got this is our cam timing. I don't know if it's a sprocket or a pulley. I don't know, gear, whatever it is. The ribbed belt rides on that. I painted the timing mark here with some silver just so I can find it later. Should be a little bit nicer to find that way. And this is that blue color. It's so discreet. When you put it next to silver, you see it really well, but I guess considering the towel's blue, you can kind of see there. Let's do this. That has silver. It's kind of neat. I like it, actually. I'm excited to see that color on the block. I bet it's going to look nice. So I was working on cleaning the pickup tube. Let me see. This is the stuff I was starting to get out of the first pickup tube. It looks like bearing material. It's metallic. You can bend it. It's really hard too, and you can see the coloration from heat. I was working on that one real hard. I was getting a lot of debris out of it, physical debris like this. And I thought, you know what I should do? Maybe I should drill a hole in it, an extra hole in it. And so with an extra hole, I thought, yeah, I'll be able to see inside, and I'll be able to, you know, see if there's more debris, and I'll have a better chance of flushing and cleaning it and whatever. So it's now in my scrap pile. I might have accidentally drilled a little too deep, and my hole saw got a hold of the screen in there and deleted the screen for me. Whoops. You know what? I should have realized that was going to be a thing, but it's probably fine. I'm just not going to use this one. I guess that's okay. This one could always be cut open and maybe a new screen put on it. Whatever. It's fine. Not too concerned because I had this one. This was off Low Mile, and if I told you it was full of tar, that wouldn't be an exaggeration. To clean this one out, I used, let's see, I started with degreaser on the outside, and I would spray degreaser in the inside of this pickup. I was shaking it around, and I was flushing it. I went to oven cleaner, and I was letting it soak, letting it eat. I cleaned that all out. I went to brake clean. I did mineral spirits, and I was getting a little bit out each time, which was good, but I was worried that there were still chunks and stuff. And what I don't want is for those chunks, of course, to break free in the new engine, run through the oil pump, and maybe eat up the oil pump. Or who knows, if the filter on the oil, maybe the bypass valve is open because everything's cold, and I don't know. I don't want nothing in this engine. I decided to try fire. This thing was shooting fireballs and black tar. It was disgusting, but it's clean now. It's very clean now inside, so it burned out all the junk that was in it. I'm satisfied with that. Yeah, so it's coming together, I think. There's a lot of parts that are cleaned and prepped. I've got hardware and little brackets to start dealing with now, which is not big detail stuff. The dipstick tube, I stripped all the paint off of it. I gotta prep that tomorrow and paint it. And then I think I'm gonna start hitting the car itself after I clean up my mess again, of course, because it's a disaster. I need to put all my stuff away and get organized here, and then start jumping into the next to-do steps here and figure out what order is logical for me to get this done. So probably the rear end stuff. That'd be really important because that's kind of like mandatory. Take the back end out of the car and do all my shenanigans there. That's the spring pocket stuff. That kind of relates to the brake system because I'll have to yeah, sort of related because I think the fronts are okay, but it'll give me a chance to check it all. I can pull the rear hatch off at the same time to do the defrost. I have some of that glass fix stuff that anyway, I gotta paint my defrost lines back on. And then I want to take the rear window for tinting, so that sort of works out well if I just take the rear hatch with the glass. And anyway, yeah, a lot of stuff. Fuel pump has to go in the back, so all right, the ring gear. Oh yeah, the ring gear. When I first got the car on the road, you'll maybe remember if you ever watched that video or not, it's like over an hour long. The ring gear was missing like a 2.5 teeth or something. They were broken right off, and I don't think they were inside the rear end housing, or I don't know where they are. And I've been driving on that ring gear, and I've been beating up this car on that ring gear, and I've never had a problem, knock on wood, but I think it's time I finally fix it. Okay, I'm out.